Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth. We are continuing on with the CEPHERIYM, Book of the Shim'on, a collection of the writings on the heavens. I have a few of these for sale, like I was saying. I have the Book of the Fathers, and it looks like this on the inside. And then they have some pages that look a little different, like the alphabet pages, but let me see. The other ones I haven't read yet, and I don't really need them for my channel, so I wanted to see if you guys might want to buy them. I have them for sale in my PayPal store. Okay. And my husband is starting his job today, and I'm very happy and excited. So I hope that goes well. We are on the Testaments of the 12 Patriarchs. And I'm pretty sure we're on 5. I apologize. I always have to check. Yes, we are on verse 5, or chapter 5. For evil are women, my children, and since they have no power or strength over man, they use wiles by outward attractions, that they may draw him to themselves. Women, and whom they cannot bewitch by outward attractions, him they overcome by craft. For moreover concerning them, the angel of Yahuah told me and taught me that women are overcome by the ruach of fornication more than men, and in their heart they plot against men. And by means of their adornment they deceive first their minds, and by the glance of the eye instill the poison, and then through the accomplished act they take them captive. For a woman cannot force a man openly, but by a harlot's bearing she beguiles him. Flee therefore fornication, my children, and command your women and your daughters that they adorn not their heads and faces to deceive the mind, because every woman who uses their wiles has been reserved for eternal punishment. For thus they allured the watchers who were before the flood. But as these continually beheld them, they lusted after them, and they conceived the act in their mind. For they changed themselves into the shape of men, and appeared to them when they were with their men. And the women lusting in their minds after their forms gave birth to Nephilim. For the watchers appeared to them as reaching even unto heaven, or Shim'on. Roscoe. Chapter 6. Beware, therefore, of fornication, and if you wish to be pure in mind, guard your senses from every woman, and command the women likewise not to associate with men, that they also may be pure in mind. For constant meetings, even though the wicked deed be not wrought, are to them an irremediable disease, not remediable disease. And to us a destruction of Baal, and an eternal reproach. For in fornication there is neither understanding nor righteousness, and all jealousy dwells in the lust thereof. Therefore then I say unto you, you will be jealous against the sons of Levi, and will seek to be exalted over them, but you shall not be able. For Elohim will avenge them, and you shall die by an evil death. For to Levi, Elohim.
I'm sorry, everyone. I love you. I love everyone. Hope you have a good day.
For to Levi, Elohim gave the sovereignty, and to Yehudah with him, and to me also, and to Dan and Joseph, that we should be for rulers. Therefore I command you to hearken to Levi, because he shall know the Torah of Yahuah, and shall give ordinances for judgment, and shall sacrifice for all Yasharal until the consummation of the times, as the anointed high priest of whom Yahuah spoke. I adjure you by the Elohim of heaven, or Shim'on, to do truth, each one unto his neighbor, and to entertain love each one for his brother, and draw near to Levi in humbleness of heart, that you may receive a blessing from his mouth. For he shall bless Yasharal and Yehudah, because him has Yahuah chosen to be king over all the nations. And bow down before his seed, for on our behalf it will die in wars visible and invisible, and will be among you as an eternal king. Chapter 7. And Reuben died, having given these commands to his sons, and they placed him in a coffin until they carried him up to Mitzrayim or Egypt, and buried him in Chevron, in the cave where his father was. Ayid Shim'on, the second son of Yaakov and Leah. Chapter 1. The copy of the words of Shim'on, the things which he spoke to his sons before he died, in the 120th year of his life, at which time Yosef his brother died. For when Shim'on was sick, his sons came to visit him, and he strengthened himself and sat up and kissed them and said, Chapter 2. Hearken, my children, to Shim'on your father, and I will declare unto you what things I have in my heart. I was born of Yaakov as my father's second son, and my mother Leah called me Shim'on, because Yahuah had heard her prayer. Moreover, I became strong exceedingly. I shrank from no achievement, nor was I afraid of aught. For my heart was hard, and my liver was immovable, and my bowels without compassion. Because valor also has been given from El Elyon to men in soul and body. For in the time of my youth I was jealous in many things of Yosef, because my father loved him beyond all. And I set my mind against him to destroy him, because the prince of deceit sent forth the ruach of jealousy, and blinded my mind, so that I regarded him not as a brother, nor did I spare even Yaakov my father. But his Elohim and the Elohim of his fathers sent forth his angel, and delivered him out of my hands. For when I went to Shechem to bring ointment for the flocks of Reuben to Dothan, where were our necessaries and all our stores, Yehudah my brother sold him to Yishmaelim. And when Reuben heard these things, he was grieved, for he wished to restore him to his father. But on hearing this, I was exceedingly wroth against Yehudah, in that he let him go away alive, and for 5 months I continued wrathful against him. But Yahuah restrained me, and withheld from me the power of my hands. For my right hand was half withered for 7 days. And I knew, my children, that because of Yosef this had befallen me, and I repented and wept. And I besought Yahuah Elohim, that my hand might be restored, and that I might hold aloof from all pollution and envy, and from all folly. For I knew that I had devised an evil thing before Yahuah and Yaakov my father, on account of Yosef my brother, in that I envied him. Chapter 3. And now, my children, hearken unto me, and beware of the ruach of deceit and envy. And for envy rules over the whole mind of a man, and suffers him neither to eat nor to drink, nor to do any good thing. But it ever suggests to him to destroy him that he envies, and so long as he that is envied flourishes, he that envies fades away. 2 years, therefore, I afflicted my soul with fasting and the fear of Yahuah, and I learnt that deliverance from envy comes from the fear of Elohim. For if a man flees to Yahuah, the evil ruach runs away from him, and his mind is lightened. And thereafter he sympathizes with him whom he envied, and forgives those who are hostile to him, and so ceases from his envy. 4. And my father asked concerning me, because he saw that I was sad, and I said unto him, I am pained in my liver. What? Probably. For I mourned more than they all, because I was guilty of the selling of Yosef. And when we went down into Mitzrayim or Egypt, and he bound me as a spy, I knew that I was suffering justly, and I grieved not. Now Yosef was a good man, and had the Ruach Elohim within him. Being compassionate and pitiful, he bore no malice against me, but loved me even as the rest of his brethren. Beware, therefore, my children, of all jealousy and envy, and walk in singleness of soul and with good heart, keeping in mind Yosef your father's brother, that Elohim may give also grace and glory and blessing upon your heads, even as you saw in Joseph's case. All his days he reproached us not concerning this thing, but loved us as his own soul, and beyond his own sons glorified us and gave us riches and cattle and fruits. Do you also, my children, love each one his brother, with a good heart, and the ruach of envy will withdraw from you. For this makes savage the soul and destroys the body. It causes anger and war in the mind, and stirs up unto deeds of blood, and leads the mind into frenzy, and suffers not prudence to act in men. Moreover, it takes away sleep, and causes tumult to the soul, and trembling to the body. For even in sleep some malicious jealousy, deluding him, gnaws, and with wicked ruach disturbs his soul, and causes the body to be troubled, and wakes the mind from sleep in confusion. And as a wicked and poisonous ruach, so appears it to men. Therefore was Joseph comely in appearance and goodly to look upon, because no wickedness dwelt in him. For some of the trouble of the ruach the face manifests. And now, my children, make your hearts good before Yahuah, and your ways straight before men. And you shall find grace before Yahuah and men. Beware, therefore, of fornication, for fornication is mother of all evils, separating from Elohim and bringing near to Baal. For I have seen it inscribed in the writing of Enoch, that your sons shall be corrupted in fornication, and shall do harm to the sons of Levi with the sword. But they shall not be able to withstand Levi, for he shall wage the war of Yahuah, and shall conquer all your hosts. And they shall be few in number, divided in Levi and Yehudah, and there shall be none of you for sovereignty, even as also our father prophesied in his blessings. 6. Behold, I have told you all things, that I may be acquitted of your sin. Now if you remove from you your envy, and all stiff-neckedness, sorry guys, and all stiff-neckedness as a rose shall my bones flourish in Yasharal, and as a lily my flesh in Yaakov, and my odor shall be as the odor of Lebanon, and as cedars shall Kodesh ones be multiplied from me forever, and their branches shall stretch afar off. Then shall perish the seed of Canaan, and a remnant shall not be unto Amalek, and all the Cappadocians shall perish, and all the Shittim shall be utterly destroyed. Then shall fail the land of Sham, and all the people shall perish. Then shall all the earth rest from trouble, and all the world under heaven from war. The earth shall rest from trouble, and all the world under heaven from war. Then the mighty one of Yasharal shall glorify Shem, for Yahuah Elohim shall appear on earth, and himself save men. Then shall all the ruachoth of deceit be given to be trodden under foot, and men shall rule over wicked ruachoth. Then shall I arise in joy, and will bless Al-Alyan because of his marvelous works, because Elohim has taken a body and eaten with men and saved men. There's 3 more in this section, and then it goes to the third son. So we'll finish when we're done with these 3. We're on 7. And now, my children, obey Levi and Yehudah, and be not lifted up against these 2 tribes. For from them shall arise unto you the salvation of Elohim. For Yahuah shall raise up from Levi, as it were, a high priest, and from Yehudah, as it were, a king. Elohim and man, he shall save all, the other nations and the race of Yasharal. Therefore I give you these commands, that you also may command your children, that they may observe them throughout their generations. 8. And when Shim'on had made an end of commanding his sons, he slept with his fathers, being 120 years old. And they laid him in a wooden coffin to take up his bones to Hebron. And they took them up secretly during a war of the Mitzrim. For the bones of Yosef, the Mitzrim guarded in the tombs of the kings, For the sorcerers told them that on the departure of the bones of Yosef there should be throughout all the land darkness and gloom, and an exceeding great plague to the Mitzrim, so that even with a lamp a man should not recognize his brother. 9. And the sons of Shim'on bewailed their father, and they were in Mitzrayim, until the day of their departure by the hand of Moshe. All right, next time we'll be reading Aid Levi, the third son of Yaakov and Leah. Now it's time to praise Yahuah. All right. Okay. Yahuah is with me. Yahuah is for me. Yahuah is greater than all of these things. If Elohim is for me, then who can be against me? Yahuah's name will be praised. Torah Rabbah, Abba Yahuah. Torah Rabbah, Abba Yahuah. Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Yahuah. Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Yahuah. Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson today. I love you all with an everlasting love as Yahuah loves each and every one of us.